Every single night, that same wretched aisle appears completely empty on my scanner, despite physically standing right in front of its enormous, dusty, forgotten shelves, a chilling anomaly nobody else seems to acknowledge. The inventory system insists there is absolutely nothing stored within the massive void of aisle 7, yet an undeniable, heavy stillness always presses down upon me when I navigate past its unsettling entrance. My colleagues scoff at my growing unease, joking about ghosts, but the sheer silence from that specific area feels different, an oppressive, suffocating quiet that absorbs all sound, even the distant hum of machinery. One night, a faint, almost imperceptible scratching sound emanated from the depth of the empty aisle, a slow, deliberate scrape against concrete, making my skin crawl uncontrollably under my heavy work uniform. I froze, flashlight beam trembling slightly, trying desperately to rationalize the noise as something mundane, like rats or settling shelves, but it possessed a strange, rhythmic intent that felt utterly wrong. The scratching suddenly ceased, replaced by a soft, almost human sigh, a sound that seemed to pull the very air from my lungs and left me completely breathless with an inexplicable primal terror. I sprinted away, heart pounding like a drum against my ribs. The image of that dark, empty space now burned into my mind, a gaping maw in the heart of our supposedly mundane, ordinary facility. My scanner then briefly flashed a single impossible item in aisle 7, labeled Unknown Entity, before immediately resetting to empty, confirming my chilling suspicion that something truly malevolent resides there. The perpetual 0 on my scanner for aisle 13 always gave me chills, like the system was actively trying to forget that particular stretch of towering metal shelves, a digital erasure of a physical space. Management brushes off the glitch, attributing it to a sensor error, but the air near aisle 13 grows so unnaturally cold that my breath plumes, despite the warehouse thermostat being set to a consistent, comfortable temperature. Other pickers claim they never feel it, yet I've witnessed frost crystals forming on nearby metal beams during my rounds, disappearing just as quickly as they appeared when I directly looked away. The strange phenomenon escalated last week when my radio static intensified dramatically whenever I entered its cold, empty perimeter, morphing into faint, whispering voices just below audibility. I tried recording the whispers on my phone, but the audio file was just an ear-splitting shriek, followed by a moment of complete silence that felt heavier than any sound I'd ever experienced. The most unsettling part occurred yesterday when I found a child's crudely drawn stick figure holding hands with a towering, shadowy entity tucked precisely onto a not empty shelf near its entrance. The drawing wasn't there before, and nobody else works in that section, making its sudden appearance a horrifying, impossible discovery in the dead of the silent, deserted night shift. I carefully picked it up, but the paper felt unnaturally warm, almost pulsating with a faint, disturbing life, and the stick figure's eyes seemed to follow me even after I turned away. Every night shift, aisle 9 is a phantom limb on our inventory map, always marked empty, even though my eyes clearly perceive stacks of forgotten, dust-covered crates stretching into the gloom, defying all logic. I've tried to access those supposed empty crates countless times, but an invisible barrier always repels my forklift, rattling the entire machine violently as if warning me to stay away. The air around aisle 9 always smells faintly of ozone and something metallic, like stale blood, a stench that permeates everything, despite the warehouse's powerful ventilation system operating normally. My flashlight beams seem to bend and distort when pointed directly into its depths, creating warped, elongated shadows that danced like grotesque figures just beyond my sight, mocking my every move. One time, a distant guttural growl echoed from within the shadowed abyss, a sound too deep and too primal for any ordinary animal, freezing me solid with an ice-cold dread. I tried leaving a small, innocuous object, like a pen, on one of the visible yet unregistering shelves, hoping to prove its physical existence and my sanity, then carefully walked away. The next shift, the pen was inexplicably gone, but in its place, a fresh, perfectly formed human handprint was pressed into the thick dust of one of those phantom crates, impossibly clean and utterly terrifying. The handprint seemed too large, its fingers unnaturally long, radiating a chilling sense of dread that told me whatever was truly in aisle 9 wasn't just empty, but something far, far worse. That one perpetually empty aisle shifts position slightly in the warehouse layout map on my tablet screen every few weeks. Always aisle 4, but never quite in the same exact physical spot. The inconsistency drives me insane because physically the aisles are bolted down, concrete fixed, yet the system insists on this impossible, unsettling spatial anomaly that defies all architectural logic. My supervisor dismisses it as a software bug, but the feeling of disorientation when I actually walk where the map indicates aisle 4 should be and find only aisle 5 is unnerving. Once, during a sudden power flicker that plunged the entire section into Stygian darkness, I caught a fleeting glimpse of distorted, monstrous shapes thrashing wildly within its supposed void. The horrifying tableau vanished instantly when the emergency lights kicked on, leaving me questioning my own sanity. But the image of those shifting forms remained seared into my waking nightmares. I've tried blocking its supposed path with other picker's equipment, hoping to force it to stay in one place, but the equipment always mysteriously ends up returned to its original position. Now, my personal items, left in my locker, have started disappearing one by one, only to reappear weeks later, inexplicably placed inside that ever-moving, empty, haunted aisle 4. A chilling violation. I find small, unsettling carvings etched into their surfaces, strange, almost alien symbols that seem to pulse faintly with an inner, malevolent light whenever I dare to touch them. I tried to physically stock aisle 22 once, pushing a heavy pallet jack into its alleged emptiness, but an unseen, unyielding wall blocked my path, generating an eerie, echoing thud that reverberated loudly. The impact left a massive dent in the pallet jack, yet there was absolutely nothing visible to cause such damage, leaving me utterly dumbfounded and filled with a profound sense of inexplicable dread. My manager wrote it off as a mechanical failure and docked my pay, choosing to ignore the terrifying implications of an invisible barrier in the middle of our warehouse, a chilling dismissal. That night, a deep, resonant hum vibrated through the concrete floor whenever I was within 50 feet of its entrance, a sound that felt more ancient than any machinery, a low, guttural thrum. The vibration made my teeth ache and my bones feel brittle. like I was standing on the edge of a monstrous, sleeping entity, ready to awaken and consume everything in its path. I tried shining my brightest industrial flashlight into the empty space, but the beam simply vanished, as if absorbed by an impenetrable blackness that swallowed all light without a trace. Now, every time I pass, my own reflection in the metal shelves shows a grotesque, distorted version of myself, eyes black and hollow, silently screaming at my own paralyzed inaction and fear. The reflected scream is a constant, horrifying reminder that something inside that empty aisle is slowly, methodically stripping away my sanity, one chilling glimpse at a time, claiming my very soul. The persistent blank data for aisle 17 on my inventory display feels like a deliberate omission, a hidden space within the vast labyrinth of this warehouse that wishes to remain undisturbed, actively concealing itself. I've tried physically walking down its entire length, but the aisle always seems longer than it should be, an impossibly extended corridor that somehow warps physical perception and generates an unsettling timelessness. My manager, an older man who always avoids eye contact when I mention it, just says, "Some places are best left alone, kid," a chilling warning that fuels my growing apprehension and fear. I started experiencing vivid, terrifying nightmares about being trapped inside an infinitely expanding version of that empty aisle, pursued by an unseen, predatory presence in the crushing, suffocating darkness. The nightmares feel too real. The cold, the fear, the suffocating silence, leaving me waking up screaming, covered in sweat, the dread lingering long after the sun has risen. Sometimes I hear faint, almost inaudible whispers calling my name from its depths when I'm alone, a soft, sibilant sound that tugs at the edges of my sanity, drawing me closer. My vision occasionally blurs whenever I glance towards its entrance, and sometimes I see shadowy, humanoid figures moving just at the periphery, beckoning me deeper into the oppressive, eternal void. I know they want me to enter, to become another forgotten item in their impossible inventory, to join whatever unholy presence lurks within that endless, silent, terrifyingly empty space.